In a relatively short time, mummies have gone from being random curiosities to subjects of serious study. Some have even become full-blown celebrities. Here are 10 of the most extraordinary of their kind. Number 10. Ötzi, also known as the Iceman. This astoundingly well-preserved male was found in the Alps in the early 90s. His remains were so complete, researchers were able to determine that he was about 45 when he died and that red deer meat and herb bread were among the last things he ate. Number 9. The Maiden. She's one of 3 Incan children that was sacrificed on a mountaintop about 500 years ago. Traces of both drugs and alcohol were found in her remains, and it's believed that the substances were used as tools of compliance. Her mummification was the work of nature, which provided the thin air and dry, cool conditions necessary for tissue longevity. Number 8. Tollenman. His corpse, which was discovered in Danish peat bog, was in such a perfect state that those who found it believed it was evidence of a recent murder. Further investigation revealed that although he did die at the hands of others, the incident occurred over 2,200 years prior.
They found a rope around his neck, so obviously it seemed he had been hanged or maybe strangled. And this again raised the question of whether he had been murdered, or had he been executed for some crime, or had he been sacrificed.
Number 7. The Gabelane Man, also called Ginger. Naturally kept in prime condition by the desert sand that covered him, this red-haired northern Egyptian specimen predates the local practice of intentional mummification.
We found out that most of his bones appear to have just fused. The head of his humerus and the head of his femur, both of which suggest he's just finished growing and he's probably died between the ages of 18 and 21.
Number 6. King Tutankhamun. As a mummy, the young king is incredibly famous. As a ruler, he was pretty much disregarded and forgotten shortly after his death. Among the reasons he and his tomb went almost entirely untouched for thousands of years is that other structures had been built over it. Thus, looters didn't even know it was there. Number 5. Mongolian Monk. The 200-year-old remains are believed to those of a well-known Buddhist who died while meditating and has since defied decay. It's hard to say for sure, however, as the body may have been stolen and was apparently awaiting sale on the black market. Number 4. John Torrington. In the approximately 150 years the sailor's body was buried in the Canadian permafrost, it didn't undergo a great deal of change, particularly in the soft tissue areas. In fact, his eyes were in almost perfect condition. Number 3. Lady Di. In life, she had all sorts of medical problems, ranging from hypertension to obesity, but she did become a pretty much perfect corpse. When she was discovered, about 2,000 years after her entombment, her skin was still supple, and both her hair and her internal organs were fully intact. Number 2. Peruvian Girl. A 3D scan of the girl performed by workers at the Cincinnati Museum Center and an area children's hospital revealed quite a bit about the mysterious child. Among the findings is that she was only about 3 years old when she died and suffered from malnutrition, a common malady 500 years ago. Her death is believed attributable to natural causes. Number 1. Vladimir Lenin. His mummified remains have been sitting in a mausoleum in Moscow's Red Square since 1924, although they do get taken out and cleaned from time to time. Sometimes pictures of that servicing make their way onto the internet. Which mummy do you think is most extraordinary?